Join me as I head over to Trinidad, Cuba. As I fit through tiny spaces.
Oh, this is not made.
I say a word.
Hermoso.
I list some colors.
They're painted blue, yellow, red, pink, green.
And I speak French for some reason.
Hola. Tu nom?
Yandiel.
After about a 15-minute ride from the resort, I arrived at this beautiful town.
I am in a city that's a UNESCO World Let's try that again. I'm in a city that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Welcome to Trinidad in Cuba. I'm walking towards the plaza that's in the middle of the city. It's a bit of an uphill battle with stones, and I saw at least 2 people almost falling. So that's interesting. Here, let me show you. So if you do plan on coming here, make sure you wear sneakers. Not like me, I'm wearing flip-flops, so don't make the mistake I did.
Now, I didn't come here with a tour guide. I just took my taxi in the hopes that I'd walk around and get a true vibe of this town. This town has over 1,200 well-preserved buildings from the Spanish colonial era, which makes it a living museum of colonial architecture.
I am in the plaza here of the city. All of the cities actually have plazas where you can come and relax. Now, Trinidad was founded in 1514 by the Spanish and pretty quickly became one of the wealthiest cities in Cuba because of its sugar industry. It's extremely quaint here, much less busy than other cities like Havana or Santa Clara, places like that.
Then I made my way to Plaza Mayor.
This little courtyard has a lot of interesting little trinkets that you can take a look at. And you have the cathedral as well. It's beautiful. It's a really nice city to walk through. And as you can tell, it's a Cuban city or a town. So it means a lot of colorful buildings. They're painted blue, yellow, red, pink, green. It's a very hilly city. I need to sit down for a second in the shade. It is extremely hot today, and the streets are entirely stone, so it's pretty hard to walk on.
Sitting at this little plaza under the shade was a much needed rest, as it was extremely hot that day.
There are markets here. There are places to eat and drink at. Quite a few actually, and they're relatively empty. I mean, I am here on a weekday in the middle of the day, so obviously this place does get more lively at nighttime, especially because Trinidad is known for its musical significance and dancing, things like that. So yeah, if you want to come here during nighttime, especially on weekends, it must be pretty lively. As you might know, Cuba is going through some extreme shortages. Even if someone has the money to buy necessities, such as Tylenol, sanitary pads, things like that, sometimes they can't find it. So if you're flying in from another country, you can bring little gift bags and give it to people. A lot of tourists here as well. I personally didn't come in one of those guided tours because I wanted to have some time to just walk around by myself and just, you know, do nothing. and show you around. So I am at a market where you can buy little trinkets and things like that. A lot of handmade stuff as well. Also, if you don't want to stay at one of the resorts nearby, there are hostels, or Casa Particular, as they call it. As you can see, there are a lot of tourists coming in. Gotta wait. That looks like the parking lot for all the tourist buses. And you'll notice that a lot of these buildings have bars, iron bars, and that's left over from suspected pirate attacks back in the day. Obviously, there are no pirates here now, so that's now more of an aesthetic thing.
As you might know, Cuba is known for some beautiful and well-preserved classic cars, and you can see them practically everywhere in this town.
So one thing you'll notice when you come into the city is that it is set up for tourists. So a lot of markets, a lot of places where they sell souvenirs, things like that, and a lot of bars and restaurants open that are generally geared for tourists. I just stumbled into the Palacio Cantero, and it is a palace, as you can see behind me. This palazzo is definitely palatial. I will give it that. And now I am at the courtyard. This is where they would have their afternoon teas, I'm guessing, and talk about horse racing. What do they talk about? What do people who own palaces talk about? Polo. Ralph Lauren. I don't know. But yeah, this is the courtyard where they would do their palatial things. And this behind me is a 15th century Honda Civic. No, I'm kidding. It's just a horse-drawn carriage. This is not made for my size people. I'm not even saying I'm a big guy. Whew. This is how you climb this. Look at this. Look at how tiny this is. Can you see?
The views from this tower were absolutely magnificent, so obviously I had to take some pictures.
Holy crap. Now I'm really at the top of the watchtower. It's extremely tiny to get up, and I don't know how I'm gonna get back down, but trust that everything will be okay. You can see the mountains in the background. I can see my resort down there. Hermoso. Look at this. It's okay. See that? Look at this.
The steps were so tiny that I had to waddle my way down carefully so I wouldn't fall. Next up, I made my way to the Trinidad Terraces, right by Casa de la Musica, and I obviously had to order a drink.
This behind me is Casa de la Musica, and right now it is deserted. It is pretty empty, but every night there are shows happening here. And even during the day, you can sit down and have a drink and grab some water or whatever. And one little tip I will give you is that make sure that you ask them how much a beer is or whatever you're ordering, and make sure they accept the currency that you want to pay in as well. So settle everything right at the beginning, because right now what happened is that they said it's a certain amount of money, but later on when I went to pay, they said it's much more for altogether. Make sure you actually know how much you're going to pay before you do order something. That's my hot tip for you. But that's everywhere, that's just, you know. But yeah, one day I would like to come here at nighttime, maybe not this time. I'm leaving in 2 days, but yeah, it is what it is. Still a nice place, you can overlook everything and just relax, nice breeze under the trees and everything. Let's get going. I literally have no plan. I came into the city not planning anything. I'm just walking around and following places and going towards whatever seems interesting. This city has a population of about 76,000 people, so it's a sleepier town. So you see a lot of people just relaxing on the side of the road, and obviously when you come as a tourist and you're branded with one of these, you will be approached by a lot of people for money to buy cigars or to buy alcohol or to come into a restaurant. So just be forewarned, say no thank you, and just keep on walking. That's basically it. Now let's try to find another place where I can have another drink, because why not?
Walking through this town, it was definitely a lot of fun looking at the old colonial architecture. You could tell that a lot of its economy was centered around tourism. And obviously I had to stop by a bar to have another drink. First, I ordered a canchonchara, which was a drink that specifically originated from Trinidad, served in a clay mug usually. And then I ordered a caipirinha, which was a cocktail from Brazil.
Hola, tu nom?
Yandiel,
And restaurant, nom of the restaurant?
Adita Café.
Adita Cafe. Come to Adita Cafe, and super nice guy. Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me at Trinidad, Cuba. I'll see you in the next one.
Sadly, it was time to leave this beautiful town and head back to my resort. I have many more videos on the way, so don't forget to subscribe and perhaps leave a comment and share your experience of Trinidad if you visited this town. It means a lot to me.